Minivan right now. I'm going to have a meeting with Sarah Blackwood, who is in town, hanging out with other moms.
Yeah,
Which
lots
is,
of other moms.
Yeah, you're socializing big time. Are you an extrovert?
No, not all the time. I come across that way because I perform on stage a lot and do that for a living. But a lot of the time, I'm like just kind of in my own world. I'm a homebody, so I'm like in my house, and so it's different, but it's also great because it's good to meet other moms.
Well, I pulled you out of a restaurant where there were about 50 moms and their toddlers all there to meet you. So you have to put on your game face, I guess, and really give it.
Yeah, it was, I like it. I think it's great. I think we have to kind of go back to the tribe and like bring parents together and in these environments where we can have all our kids playing, and I think it's really exciting. It's very chaotic in there right now. I feel bad for whoever has to clean up after.
It's better in my minivan.
Yeah.
It's always better in the minivan.
Yeah.
I'm going to start at the beginning. I only want to talk to you for like 4 minutes.
Okay.
And my daughter, who is 12, had a music project, and the teacher asked her to write about any musician. She picked Pink. Mm-hmm. And what was interesting that I learned through her is that Pink got into the music business because as a teenager, she was very distraught, and she ended up hanging in bars when she was 14 years old and started playing in bands and bars, and that was her beginning. Mm-hmm. How similar was your entrance into the music business to Pink's?
Well, I don't think we've reached the status Pink has reached, but I think it's all really similar. When you find an artist just trying to make their way through to find that path in which they're going to continue on, and being an artist, it's like impossible. There's a million paths that you can take. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing it for a long time. I traveled with a punk band for a while that had a very big underground following, and kind of did that, slept in minivans.
You did it. You lived on the road.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Slept on people's floors at nights of concerts that we would play. We would just shout in the mic like, we need a place to stay tonight. Who has got a floor? And from that to where I am now it's just a lot of hard work and adjusting and going through that so you can really appreciate the things that you have when you have them.
And now, this is now a mom. I can't even believe that you came from there. I guess everybody has to come from somewhere, and we all become moms eventually, or many of us become moms. So I guess the big thing that people talk about you being a mom, it's not such a big deal to be a mom, but the fact that you actually bring your kids on the road with you.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Because that's a big decision.
Yeah, it was either that or we stopped doing what we're doing. And I don't think anybody was at the point where we wanted to stop doing anything.
Right.
And we made it work.
How? How do you do it? Because I can't even imagine. Just taking kids to a restaurant is hard enough.
Yeah.
And you're touring around the world with your kids.
Yeah. So touring is something that I've just become accustomed to. So that is already a little different than most people are used to. So that part was easy. Bringing the kids was just kind of like, it can be tough for sure. There's good days and bad days, and you basically just have to balance everything out properly, get the help that you need, and allow yourself to still be who you are. And then you'll be a better parent to your kids and teach them more about life and how important it is to become the person you want to be.
Okay, I'm going to tell you that I used to be in the music business.
Yeah.
And when I saw bands on the road, that was debauchery. And that would not be an environment where I would want my kids to be. So how do you make a safe place for your kids in this rock and roll world?
Well, every venue that we play now knows, like, if they're hiring Walk Off the Earth to play a show, then they're getting like the whole family. So we have the baby bus, we call it, and we have the crew and party bus that that we split up amongst the people, and we just, if the venue doesn't seem like a great place for the kids to hang out, then we hang out on the bus. A lot of the venues are really great, and they accommodate us with, like, we'll set up a little room, so it's like a playroom, nap room, whatever we need. It's a lot easier than you would think, even though it's like a challenge, but it's fun.
How old are your kids?
They're 3 and 9 months.
So are you seeing your 3-year-old, the effect of all the travel and being on the road? He must be an interesting kid.
He is so interesting. I mean, any parent's going to say that about their kid. But he's great. I mean, he's musical. He plays the drums. He loves watching the show. He knows that mom and dad are in a band, and that he wants to start a band with us. And my 9-month-old is still, he's just like 100 years old. Like, he's an old soul, that one. He's super chill. And yeah, I hope that soon it really starts to imprint on their brain, and they can start to remember some of these places we go to and experiences that we had, because I think they're pretty valuable as far as, like, growing goes.
Oh yeah, they're going to see the world,
yeah.
which is really a gift.
Yeah.
Give me a few tips for traveling with kids.
One is, if you're flying somewhere far, like Europe, take the night flight, because at least then you know that once you get them settled, they will sleep for at least a short period of time on the flight. And then, you get there and it's morning time and the jet lag isn't that bad. 2, you kind of have to go with the flow. Like, don't stress about bringing everything that you need for them, because there are stores everywhere.
Right.
So if you forget something, it's not a big deal.
But if you're flying long distance, you have to bring lots of diapers, because that's the worst thing, is when you run out of diapers on a plane. That's ugly. That's ugly. It's had happened?
That's definitely happened to me. And when they poop in their diaper so much that it gets on their clothes and you forget to bring another outfit, so you have to wrap them up in your own cardigan. I've done that. And another nightmare flight was my son had the flu, and he was throwing up all over me the whole flight. So I kept changing, and then eventually I ran out of stuff in my carry-on, so I was wearing my husband's shirt, and so was Giorgio. Like, he was 2, wearing this giant long sleeve shirt. Like, we looked homeless when we walked off the plane. I mean, there's tons of challenges, but you just kind of got to go with it. It's not fun flying with kids, but
leaving your kids at home is even less fun.
Yeah, because then you miss them. And yeah, if it's anything over 4 days, they come with me. It's like, I can't leave them for that long.
I love that you're hosting this event that I just checked out, and it's for a program called Babylicious, and I think it really is in keeping with who you are. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah. So it's President's Choice Babylicious, and it's 8 restaurants in Toronto have all partnered up to kind of give parents and friends an experience out at a restaurant without having to be concerned about, oh, my kid's going to be so loud, or they're going to throw a tantrum, and then everybody's going to look at me and
or vomit on me.
Yeah, or throw something across the restaurant.
So how are they doing that? How are they making it okay for these parents to bring their disruptive toddlers or kids to restaurants? Because they are. I have them. I know.
Totally are. So there's a prefix menu for the parents to order from, and with that comes a complimentary meal from PC Organic Baby Food. So you can pick whatever you want to eat, and then you pick, like, they have noodles, and they have snacks, and they have like those little pouches and stuff, and that's it. And it's a designated time, so you just have to call ahead and make a reservation and go to PC.
Is there childcare there at the same also?
No, imagine.
Oh.
That would have made it like the most perfect experience.
I think someone needs to start a business where there's childcare for parents while they're eating.
Yes, I know.
In restaurants.
I think we're going in the right direction. I think this type of thing is becoming more and more popular. Like, it's popping up more. Hotels, airports are putting play gyms in. I think it's just people are more aware now.
Do you think it's because of women like you and me who are pretty vocal about being very attached to our kids, and that we want to bring our kids with us? And my parents they didn't want to take me
Yeah.
to all the same places. And I think it's a different generation now.
Yeah.
As moms and dads, we want to be with our kids.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think because these people, whether it's businesses, companies, whatever, they're seeing more. I mean, everyone's seeing more of everything because of social media, but we're seeing more of how people really feel about whether it's traveling with their kids, traveling without their kids. So we have the capabilities of sharing our experiences and our suggestions with these people. And that it alone can create a whole whirlwind of new and exciting and accommodating, awesome stuff.
Ideas.
For parents.
It all starts with moms.
It does.
On that
Power
note,
to the mom.
thank you for meeting me in my minivan.
It's a very lovely van.
Thank you. We kind of live in here. It's really good for travel.
Yeah.
That's how I bring my kids with me.
I know. I need to get one of these. I have still a small car that just now my kids fit and nobody else. So I need to expand.
The next stage. Oh, you're going to be a minivan mom. I
know,
love it.
My TV's coming down, all this. Yeah, it's all happening.
And you'll have all your instruments in the back. There'll be room for the instruments.
Totally.
Well, you saw it here first.